One thing that can be confusing when you first get started is how API keys work in Stripe. An API key can authorize your front-end or back-end code to make calls to the Stripe API. You can find your API keys under the Developer tab, and you'll have different API keys depending on whether or not you're in live mode or test mode. The most important thing to know is that your publishable key is only used in your front-end code, while the secret key is only used in your back-end code. Notice how the publish key is visible here in the UI. That's because it's safe to expose to anybody. It'll be bundled up in your front-end code, and it's not a big deal if a user sees it. Essentially, it just identifies your Stripe project so you can do front-end things like collect credit card information from your client-side applications. Now, the secret key is a sensitive piece of information, so you want to make sure to keep it out of any kind of public Git repo and definitely out of your client-side application bundle. The secret key is used in your backend code to do things to the Stripe API, like create customers, charges, and everything else. You can think of it like a username and password that gives your server full access to your Stripe account. I'll show you how to securely manage this value as an environment variable in your backend code. The secret key has access to do anything to your Stripe account. If you want to be a little more careful, you can create a restricted key. This allows you to manually define what privileges that API key has. So if your API key does accidentally get exposed at some point, the hacker that has it will only be able to do a limited subset of actions on your Stripe account. It's totally optional, but it can be a good practice to replace your secret key with a restricted key, just for the security benefits. Now, the main takeaway here should be that the publish key is for your front-end code, while the secret key is for your back-end code. The secret key, as the name implies, needs to be kept secret.